Cancer, hello. This is your end of December reading. Hang on 1 second. The dogs are cleaning up. Close that. Alright. So we're going to true precise messages for the sign of Cancer. True precise messages for the sign of Cancer regarding the end of December and the future, perhaps going into January. What's their energy for divine feminines in the sign of Cancer? Divine feminines for the sign of Cancer. Energy, please. Okay, and the masculines. Divine masculines in Cancer. Well, anything else for the Oi. Okay. So give us true, precise energy on the feminine. Thank you. And masculines, please. True precise energies of the masculines in this Cancer sign. Don't usually read these in reverse. First saying take these in reverse. Alright, so I'll start with the feminine. Divine feminine of Cancer sign. You have a 3 card. Las Gunas. This is all about going within in the middle of your transformation, your soul rebirth. You're transforming into new. This is about exploring deep into you, of who you are and what triggers you, and when you are triggered, what was the first, healing that inner child, like you're going down deep into seeing why you hurt, or why you're jealous, why you have envy or ego, etc., bringing those things to the surface and dealing with them, getting to know the things that bother you, the things that affect you, the things that you're joyous about, the things you celebrate down inside of you. Also about exploring your outer world as well as your inner world. This could also be you exploring your spirituality, trying different things, trying different tarot readers, trying different ways of reading tarot if you do. Also, different meditations. Again, it's all about introspection and also exploring your outer world. Don't be afraid, for advice, Spirit saying, don't be afraid to explore your neighborhood, explore the things around you. Don't be the tourist in your own town. Pretend you're a tourist in your town. The things around you that you don't normally go see them, go explore them. Get out more. The Shark card is similar to that. It delves down deep into the emotional things and it takes a big bite of that and brings it to the surface, deals with it. It's very mysterious, but desires, delves to the truth and into those emotions. Working on self as well. The masculines, some dark energy on this one. I don't even want to pick them up. 61 is a 7 card, the Habya. Not wanting to see. It's like putting blinders on. I'm not looking. I know I indulge in alcohol, but I'm not looking at myself. I'm not looking at my shadow side. Not looking at me. I'm not looking at, it's almost the opposite of this. They don't want to look at themselves. They don't want to look at who they really are, the man in the mirror. Or worse, they recently have looked at the man in the mirror and realized that that's not who they want to be, and so they're afraid to address it. They're afraid to see it for what it is. Afraid to admit to themselves that yes, they were that deceptive in the past. Yes, they did lie about things. They did the 3-party situations and play, or whatever the case may be. Not all of those, of course, and not every Cancer masculine was this way, but for this card, this is saying any of those energies where they looked in the mirror and don't want to admit that that's how they were. They don't want to see that that's how they were. So it's kind of them covering, putting blinders like the racehorse on the sides of their face, right? Trying to not see all the things around them, just staying, looking what's ahead of them. They're not going to look at what's behind them, what's beside them, what mess they created. They're just going to move forward and pretend that didn't exist. But the bomb here, the roar here is the Tower moment in tenfold. This number 7 card as well, so both of these are 7s. The roar is a tower that's coming in and creating chaos in this mess to make them look at it, to make them see it, to address it, to go within and address the inner hurts or the wounds, the inner child, and bring them to the surface and heal them. To have that perception of the hawk and identify, have keen and razor point focus, and they're trying to focus on just the future, and the hawk does a razor point focus on one thing on the ground. Maybe it's that little rabbit, and they swoop down and grab it, snatch it. The hawk is all seeing, and it also brings in messages of truth, the truth that they didn't want to see, the things that perhaps that razor focus, they were trying to only look towards the light and not see the dark behind them, the mess that they made. But the tower here, or the roar, is here to create enough chaos that they have to look and they muddle through it so that they can address it. Because if we don't address it, if we just ignore the fact that the shark is in the water, the shark's going to find you, right? You can't outswim the shark. These are in reverse. So upright, a gazelle is about time to rest. 6, 7, 8, 9. This is number 9 near ending, right? Number 9. And upright, it's being graceful, vulnerable, perceptive. Sitting down to take a break, sitting back and relaxing, but Spirit's saying, no, it's not a time to rest anymore. It's time to take action. It's time to get up on your feet and move forward through this mess that was made, to address it, whatever this is. And we'll find out in the cards, right? The eagle is 15. Number 6 card. This is about challenges, a bright future, truth-seeking, karma that's transformed. But again, this was in reverse. So about not going after the right target, not addressing the issue. Perhaps just flying around and around, but not actually coming to the point where you were supposed to be. Someone that perhaps they made a wrong decision and it made a mess. So the tower moment, the roar, is here. It's an energy that comes in and causes havoc. And so if you have a body of energy, let's just say the child, you have 2 kids, one child standing on the living room floor and one's bouncing up and down on the couch. So the roar comes in, and 10 times that kid jumping on the couch amplifies that energy that was already there, but it amplifies it by 10, right? So it amplifies the energy of the calm person being calm, but amplifies the one being over rambunctious already by 10. So if it's a mess, or like say a 3-party situation, or something regarding divorce, something regarding, I don't know, work, could be drinking too much, whatever. But whatever issues that are currently in front of this masculine, it's going to be amplified by 10 so that they have to address it. Alright, so let's move forward. We're going to look at the past, which should show us what mess this was, present, and how to deal with it in the near future. And advice from Spirit as well for how to deal with it, or how it should have been dealt with. A lot of people are awakening, a lot of people are going through their transformations and going through their spiritual DNA upgrades, they're awakening, transforming, their soul rebirth. If you watch the general message that I put out earlier today, that's very helpful for some regarding to be in tune to your body, like what Gunas here is going within and being in tune with inner self. If you're in tune to your body and you know at certain times of the day you just feel off, like something's going on with yourself, it could be because you're going through ascension symptoms. Spirit gives us pretty precise messages. Recent past for those in the cancer recovery. Recent past, delve into this information. Recent past. Those of you who want a personal reading, you can email me at sacredspiritualhealer@gmail.com. Okay. Something in the past was regarding a connection that ended because of a 3-party situation. Give us pretty precise messages for present energy, please, Spirit. Present energy. Present energy for, oh, present energy. And near future. Near future, near future. Near future, those in cancer sign, silent cancer. Near future. Near future for silent cancer, near future. I feel like one popped, hang on. Oh. On the bright side, things will come back around. Your future is your future. Your future. Page of Pentacles was a message. Someone came in and was making an offer regarding their pentacles. They're more worried and holding on to their pentacles regarding this connection. 9 of Pentacles. Not feeling, they saw that she was very abundant in her self, working on her pentacles. She's already transformed, seeing that she was very light, and yet they only had 1 pentacle, so perhaps they weren't feeling as worthy of her at the moment, but at the same time, they weren't taking her serious. They weren't seeing her inner beauty. They didn't realize the transformation. They weren't seeing something about this connection. Perhaps that's why. Perhaps they weren't really looking. So Death card came in, put an end to this connection because of a 3-party situation and heartbreak. 3 of Swords. Didn't see her worth. Okay. Page of Pentacles before didn't see her worth. Now, maybe he does, but he was taking for granted, putting her in a 3-party situation. Thus, the Death came in and put an ending to this connection in the recent past, because Temperance was here to balance things out regarding this Knight of Cups, who was pretending, I'm seeing with a mask down, he was offering his cup of love, his emotions, but not in truth. Wasn't being truthful regarding his spirit, wasn't being truthful about his emotions in the recent past. Presently, we have, it's caused, because she pulled back the Death regarding that 3-party situation, it caused a battle, a fight. Perhaps it wasn't necessarily a verbal fight, it could just be in their minds. Perhaps she set her boundaries up, and then it caused the masculine to not see things clearly, and so he's doing that monkey mind thing, going over and over about what went wrong, not understanding why you can't be in a 3-party situation. Regarding this 2 of Cups with this 9 of Pentacles, feminine, 2 of Cups, he knows that it was a divine connection. They telepathically could communicate regarding this connection. Presently is coming in about this connection to speak his truth, to speak his mind. There's also wisdom behind it, or backed with wisdom. There's an owl here in this card, and he's leaving his he knew that this was his hopes, his dreams. He knew that this was divine, that it was a wish come true, but he had put it behind him. Now he wants to speak his truth regarding that situation. He was putting the thought of it, possibility of it behind him. He didn't see it clearly. He saw it as just the lovers, perhaps just because of the sensuality behind it. But he dreams of this person, he thinks of this person, it's all he can think about. All that's on his mind. He makes him feel very masculine. It makes him feel youthful and playful when he thinks of this person. But he was juggling then the three-party situation, the heartbreak. Two of Pentacles, he was juggling this, wasn't making a decision, a choice. Being immature about the decisions he had to make. The Page of Swords is the message of coming forward presently in the current. Coming forward with a message, but still not in truth. Here he's speaking his truth. So perhaps this is him coming forward, wanting to cut out BS and understand these boundaries that were set. In the near future, you have someone who is going to be left out in the cold. Well, if she set her boundaries and he came to speak about it, but here he's not necessarily, maybe he's cutting out the BS, still juggling. So my guess, in the near future, it'll be the masculine still left out in the cold, although here there's the feminine also feeling left out in the cold. So regardless, even though she pulled her energy back, she feels just as in the cold as he does, but it was by her choice. Ace of Swords, new beginnings of truth. Because the Wheel of Fortune wants to turn forward for this connection. It's divinely guided. This lover's connection is blessed by the stars, created from the divine, and it's time to put in the near future, will be put an end to the burdens, laying down the wands, laying down the burdens, and you will be prosperous in all things, very stable for Pentacles. So let's dissect this, shall we? Spirit, give us true and precise messages of clarity on this reading. Give us insight and advice. Insight and the cards of the recent past. Recent past. Give us additional information and insight into the recent past of this collective. For Cancer. The sign of Cancer, rather. I'm going to pull these back down so that you can see them better. Clarify, Spirit, Page of Pentacles, please. Clarify for Cancer, the Page of Pentacles in the recent past. Clarify Nine of Pentacles in the recent past. Clarify Nine of Pentacles in the recent past. Okay. Clarify the Death card. What's the Death card here for? Putting an end to the three-party situation. Anything else we need to know about the Death card here? Yeah. Pure evil. That card is my pure evil card. Three of Swords. Clarify the Three of Swords in the recent past. Clarify the Three of Swords. Temperance. Clarify Temperance in the recent past. Clarify the Knight of Cups. Not coming forward in truth regarding his emotions. Clarify Knight of Cups. Anything else for the past? Recent past. Anything else for the recent past? Page of Pentacles. This is my Ebenezer Scrooge. So he's holding back. He didn't see her for her worth, but Spirit took him on his Ebenezer Scrooge nightmare, showing him the way he was, the masks he was wearing, the nightmare and the mess he was making. Then showed him how he was supposed, the path, if he continues on this, how it's going to turn out, and if he corrects the error of his ways and goes on this journey, how it's going to turn out. So, 5 of Wands, you can see why I call it. But in his awakening of, or coming to light of this regarding that Ebenezer Scrooge moment, he chose, hopefully, to see the light in the correct path. And while he may not look very happy about having to, he's stepping into his Hierophant energy and learning to tame the dragon within him. Spirit said with the Ace of Swords, this is truth. Okay. Again, the 9 of Pentacles had to set her boundaries because she was of the energy of the masculine. 7 of Cups, it was illuminated his snake and devil energy. He was shown to be something he was not, or pretending to be something he was not. 5 of Cups, also, he didn't realize this was divine gift that was the opportunity being given to him. He was still in his zombie, unawakened state. Regarding this Death card, it was because he refused to see that this Princess of Wands, of Bones really, was pure evil. Her staff that guides her is a cobra. The chains around her sacral chakra is to bind him to her. The snake on her leg, every step she took was snake energy, evil. There's anacondas or pythons, whatever you want to call these things over here on the wall, squeezing the life out of this masculine. And this is the energy that surrounded him. He refused to walk away from. Refused to dance to the beat of his own drum, and for growth, for the betterment of himself. Regarding the 3-party situation, 6 of Swords, he is moving forward now, out of that energy. 9 of Cups, near ending, in search of that 10th cup, the divine cup. The cup that she turned away, because Temperance is here to balance things. 8 of Coins, 8 of Drums, learning to celebrate his new being, but not wanting to look back at the mess he made. Regarding the 3-party situation, the 9 of Drums here is he's finally turning his back to being seduced by devil energy. Putting in a 9 of Swords to self-imposed imprisonment, thinking he's tied and he can do nothing about it, but not seeing that all he had to do was surrender to Spirit and he was there to help him. And and 6 of Wands, not having the strength to face his demons. Guess I didn't get one for Knight of Cups. Start by Knight of Cups. Start by Knight of Cups. So I took one for that. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. Okay, Knight of Cups. Here we have like the Strength card, not having the strength to face his demons, but he was still wearing a mask. He was being something he wasn't. So this is a man acting like a bear, or bear acting like man, having the strength to be himself, taking the leap of faith forward now. So now we move these up so we can clarify these. So in the present energies, we have starting off with 5 of Wands and 2 of Cups. Spirit, clarify. In the present energies, the 5 of Wands. Clarify 5 of Wands, Spirit. Clarify 5 of Wands. Clarify 5 of Wands. Five of Wands in the present. Maybe this was past. Clarify 5 of Wands in the present. Clarify 5 of Wands in the present. The fight over the 2 of Cups. Over the connection. Regarding the Empress. And the King of Swords. But his sword was down, not being in his truth. Clarify 2 of Cups. Clarify 2 of Cups. Clarify 2 of Cups in the present. The Queen of Coins, very much enlightened. Her crown chakra's on, her third eye's open, her heart chakra, her throat chakra is all activated. This is a High Priestess. I'm sure the High Priestess will come out, which is why she pulled back her energy. If not, then it's someone that's just stepping into her High Priestess power. Definitely getting that energy here. Okay, clarify Spirit. King of Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Clarify Knight of Swords. Back to the 9 of Coins. This is regarding her. This is how he sees her, very abundant, beautiful, radiant. He sees she glows and he doesn't feel worthy. But he wants to speak his truth regarding this connection. The World card wants to turn regarding the Lovers. And regarding the Queen of Swords and the decision between the Queen of Swords or the Cups, Queen of Cups. But that putting an end, this world is a new cycle, divinely guided. And in divine timing, this cycle is closing and starting a new cycle, moving forward. 2 of Pentacles, clarify 2 of Pentacles, we're juggling these two. He's going into hermit stage first because of the juggling. Oh, don't really have time to hermit. End of the century is coming. Regarding the 10 of Swords, he knows of all the pain he has caused her. He has seen it, which is why he didn't want to look. But he does dream of her often, dreams of this connection being divine, and he dreams of it more like this than he does of that, which is him not wanting to see the truth, that that's what he caused. But 6, he also wants balance. He wants to stop being greedy regarding this connection with the Lovers. Page of Swords, clarify Page of Swords. You have your Page of Swords is coming forward as the Knight of Wands, player energy. Doesn't want to put an end to being player. He still wants to keep her as a third party situation. Judgment is here to put an end to that stuff. And this is him realizing that he needs to nurture himself. He's got an immature emotional base. Needs to grow. This could be someone older or young, but he needs to emotionally mature. How's that? And put an end to the prayer so that he can offer divine love. Okay. And anything else regarding present energy in this connection? Why is he not wanting to see? Why do we have this here? Why is he not wanting to see the mess he made? Because he sees himself as a king of cups. He sees himself as something higher than he was, and he wants something to celebrate. He wants to bring in his harvest, what he's worked for. Anything else with that? He wants the chariot to move forward with divine guidance. We have a King of Wands. For Hobby, I was trying to clarify what this is. He's seen himself as a king. He's seen himself as a more respectable than that. So when Spirit showed him the way he was being, he didn't want to see the harm he caused. But he does know that there's only one key to his heart. Even if he is trying to divide it between two, there's only one key. And he's just now realizing that, Spirit said. Just now waking to that effect. Spirit, clarify and give guidance or advice for the future cards with 5 of Pentacles out in the cold. Clarify first, and then advice. Clarify, and now a card for advice, please. Card for advice. Thank you. So clarifying 5 of coins is the 5 of Pentacles is the Fool card, taking the leap of faith forward, leaving behind things that no longer serve them. Oh. And to ensure that this happens, the advice is let the tower fall. Don't fight it. Just allow it to fall. In other words, leave behind the material possessions if that's what needs to be. Leave behind the toxic energy. Surrender and allow the tower. Allow it to come in. Wow. Be spiritualist. Listen to your spirit guides. Turn to Spirit for guidance. Because the change is going to happen whether they want it to or not. So for the best outcome, Spirit's advice is to surrender, be open to the change, and allow it to flow. Clarify the Ace of Swords, please, Spirit, the truth that's coming out. Clarify the Ace of Swords. Thank you. Ace of Swords clarified with the Warrior of Pipes. I've gotten this one before. To let go of control. Ace of Swords about truth, a new beginning, and let go of control. This Warrior of Pipes looks like he's manhandling this horse. He has a flame, a torch, but the pipe down here is broken. So, let go of control. So things don't break. Things are not. Oh, that was just clarification. So release control so things can flow. Advice? Advice. Thank you. And move forward. Let go of control and move forward with Chief of Vessels. Allow Spirit to guide you in your journey forward and stop fighting this connection. Wheel of Fortune, clarify. Wheel of Fortune, clarify. Wheel of Fortune in your future. Okay, Maiden of Pipes. This is about peace pipe. Now the Wheel of Fortune wants to turn in your favor. Allow it to. It will take you to higher ground, even if you don't know where it's taking you, even if you don't know where it's leading to. Allow this peace to come into your life with the peace pipe. This is going to be a journey to celebrate. Clarify the Lover's card here. Clarify the Lover's card. Joint effort. This takes joint effort for both of you to move forward together. And it says joint, but it takes three. You both need to trust Spirit to guide you in this journey together. And watch for the signs and synchronicities of the peace pipe. The synchronicities that are out there. Spirit sending you signs, birds. Perhaps you're seeing all those numbers, synchronized numbers, music or songs that always play. The same song plays over. Every time you get in the car or at work, you hear the same song. That's synchronicity. It's a message from spirits. 10 of Wands. Clarify 10 of Wands. You are protected. Lay down your burdens. Surrender them to Spirit. You are protected from the divine advice. Okay. You're protected from this, a 10, putting an end to the ruins. Know that you are protected moving forward. Lay down your weapons. In this connection, I mean. I'm not saying surrender your guns. But put a death to the battle. Medicine wheel. This is a number 10 also. So you have a death. You have a number 10. On top of a 10. You have 3 10s here, including the death card. Alright? So the cycle is over from the shadow side, moving forward into the light. Move to the sun. Move into abundance in all things. Clarify 4 of Pentacles into the future. Thank you, Spirit. Choice. Move forward and don't look back. Don't look back what you leave behind. Know that Spirit is guiding you, giving you synchronicities of the birds, the eagles, the hawks. They're there for you to guide you on your journey and to travel or journey together, making this a joint effort. Judgment is here to put a death to the old way, to put a death. Judgment is here regarding the devil energy that was in the past. And it's time to stop juggling and celebrate your new life together. Anything other advice for those in the Cancer in the near future? Any other advice? Matriarch of Shields. Again, you are protected by the divine. Trust it. Trust the divine to protect you. And the Scout number 4 for stability. Trust that the Spirit is protecting you for your stability. Things that the blessings that are coming into you are tenfold. But you have to surrender. You are going to get these 2 towers that are coming in the near future. But allow them to fall. Allow it and just pick up the pieces where they fall. Spiritual union, how beautiful. Mental conflict, you're battling yourself regarding this connection. Allow it to flow. Good evening. Advice for those in Cancer. Advice for the near future. Number 20, the 2, renewal. Review the past and present so you can plan a bright future. Understanding your life purpose. Releasing judgment of yourself and others. This is perfect because he didn't want to see the mess he made, but release the judgment of yourself and forgive yourself. Take steps to ensure the financial security. I have the hiccups. Sorry. Take steps to ensure the financial security of your children and other loved ones, making wise investments, of planning for retirement, honoring family traditions. This is what I have for you, those in Cancer. Thank you, and I hope you have a blessed week.